when I think about it, I can actually say I don't remember a whole lot about that night that my life changed forever. I'm trying to think of the date. I think it was like May 6th, 1996, May 7th or something like that. And it was just another day, another night, and at the time, I was single at the time. I had just broken up. Actually, my girlfriend at the time had just broken up with me, and me and my friend were just, going out. We were hanging out at the bars, going to Storm Lake. Like I said, I don't remember a whole lot of details. It's been, 20 years since, a little over 20 years since it happened. But my life changed forever that night that it happened to me. I can't tell you a whole lot of details. I can just remember we both had this idea, me and my buddy at the time had thought we were going to go over to Storm Lake headquarters that night. And it was Wednesday night, and it was Wednesday draw night, and I was young and stupid. And, God has a way of showing you the things that He doesn't want you to do. He has a way to change your life. He has ways of telling you, hey, this is not right. And I got to tell you, I have nothing against bars. I'm not a big bar person, especially after this night, May 6th, 1996. It was just another night. Me and my buddy Tracy were heading over to Storm Lake. We're going to have a good time that night, Wednesday draw night. And so we went over to headquarters at the time, right behind Casey's in Storm Lake. And I remember partying that night, drinking a lot of beer that night. And see, it just goes to show I'm not perfect, right? I'm not perfect, and I don't lead a perfect life. I don't want to lead a perfect life. But at that time in my life, I was going through things that I'd soon not, discuss. So, I was doing some, things I probably shouldn't have been doing. I shouldn't have been over there that night. But, like I said, God works in mysterious ways. Jesus has a way of opening up your eyes. And that night I had angels looking out for me. And I know Jesus was by my side the whole way. We kept on partying. We kept on drinking. I mean, come on, penny draw night. And you just keep on drinking. And pretty soon you're so drunk you don't know what's going on. So that night pretty much changed my life forever. And I don't blame nobody. I don't point fingers at nobody. I first did, but I don't do it now because, for one thing, I should have never put myself into that matter. And second, I should have never been over to headquarters in Storm Lake that night. And it's just the way it happened. It's just the way life goes sometimes. You don't know what's going on in your life, so you say, hey, let's go out to the bar, have a good time. And that's exactly what we did. We went out and we partied that night. We're having a good time and running into old friends and all that great stuff. And, the beers were going down and they were cheap, and all I can remember is this, and I'm going to leave names out due to the fact that, I don't want to bring up old memories because it's not right. Like I said, I blame myself for a lot of this. Because I've gotten to a point in my life where I was just as much at fault as being there as anybody else who did this to me. First off, I didn't get beat up, okay? But that night, May 6th, 1996, it was a Wednesday night, and all I can remember is this, okay? It changed my life forever. We're in the basement at the headquarters. And all I can remember is going over and getting another beer. And I walked over by the bar, and there was a guy that I knew, and I didn't think nothing too much of it. And there was another guy he was talking to, I don't know what was going on at the time, and I really don't care. But to tell the story, I got to tell you the details. So I went over there and I told the lady I need 2 beers at the time, and the guy that I went to school with and I knew very well, and to this day I still know him very well, and I hold no grudges against him, and actually I forgive him, and I still consider him a friend. And it's just an eye-opener in your life that you say, hey, it happened, and you just say, it made me a better person. So I remember giving the bartender, the bar lady, $50, and the kid, the guy, who I'll call Larry, which is not his name, but I'm not going to bring up names who it was. So Larry looks at me and says, you need to get out of here. And I said, well, Larry, I give this lady a 50. I'm not going anywhere. And he's like, I don't think you understand, Bizzoni. And I don't know what's going on at the time. I'm drunk, and when you're drunk, you can take on the whole world. So Larry says to me, he says, no, I don't think you understand, Bizzoni. He pushes me. And after that, I really don't know what happened. I mean, it's just a blur. Next thing you know, I wake up, and I'm being dragged out of the bar by 3 people. And no, let me back up. Okay, before they dragged me out of the bar, the owner of headquarters at the time, I'll call him Bob, and he says to me, he walks over to me, he says, Bizzoni, you need to get out of here right away. And I said, okay. So I tried getting up, and I couldn't get up. And I thought, what the heck, man? And all of a sudden, I tried getting up again, and I fall back down. And all of a sudden, I don't know what's going on. Okay, all I know, I can't walk. I'm like, wow, what just happened? It was like, I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't know why I can't walk. I mean, I was intoxicated. Okay, so Bob, the owner of the bar, says, I don't think you understand, Bizzoni, and all of a sudden he yells for the security. What do they call him? I don't know. I'm not a bar person anymore. What do they call them? The bouncers. They come over and they grab me and by my pants out of the bar, okay? And they drag me out to the gravel road out near headquarters, okay? I mean, they just literally drag me out of the bar, okay? At the time, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is that I'm in big trouble, and I'm thinking, where's my buddy Tracy at the time? And that's his real name, and I'm not going to tell you his last name, but where's he at? How come he's not helping me? I mean, where's he at? How come he can't come out and help me? I don't know what's going on here. And so they dragged me out to the gravel road in the parking lot, and the owner of the bar, Bob, says, Bizzoni, if you're not out of here in 15 minutes, and this is a true story. And I even told my lawyer at the time when I had to tell the story in the deposition. The owner of the bar says to me, you better be gone in 15 minutes, else we're going to take you out the gravel road and murder you. That's the exact words. I can remember that. And all I can remember is, holy crap, I need to get out of here. And at the time, all I remember is I'm just going to get up, walk to Casey's, and just, try to find a ride there. So I try to get up, and I fall back down. I don't know what's going on. Why can't I walk? What's going on? So I try to get up again, and I crawl over to the side of the building. I try to get up. I can't get up. I'm like, I really must be really intoxicated. So I just lay there because I don't know what's going on, why I can't walk. I'm confused because I just got pummeled. And this car pulls up with like 4 Asians or whatever they call them. And I'm not going to make fun of race because that's not right. But it just really, just always will stick into my mind. 4, I don't know if they're Asians or whatever they were. I know they weren't Mexican, and I'm not making fun of race, but this really made me mad. They pull up right next to me, about 3 feet away from me. This Asian pulls out a 357, okay? And he puts it to my head and he says, "You white boys ain't nothing." Exact words. And he cocks the trigger. He pulls back the. I'm thinking, this is how I'm gonna die. This is it. It's over. I'm gonna die in a parking lot in a bar and drunk. I'm gonna go see Jesus drunk. I'm drunk. This is not the way I wanted to go out. Okay, this is not the way I want it all to end. So I'm thinking, just pull the trigger, get it over with. This is gonna hurt. All of a sudden, he pulls the gun back in and he drives away. I thought, holy smokes, wow, that was crazy. What am I gonna do? I can't walk. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? And then out of the blue, a vehicle pulls up, and I remember, I think it was like a Ford Bronco or something like that. And a girl gets out who wasn't very big at the time. Okay, I'm a big guy, so all I remember is she said, "You need help, don't you?" And I said, "Yes." She goes, "Okay, wrap your arm around my neck." And I said, "You can't pick me up." She goes, "Put your arm around my neck." And I said, "You ain't gonna pick me up. There's no way you're gonna pick me up." And she said, "Put your arm around my neck." So I did just that, and she picked me up. She picked me up like I was a rag doll. Now, this girl is not very big, but she picked me up like I weighed 10 pounds. Don't tell me that wasn't supernatural, okay? So she helps me in this, whatever it was, vehicle. And they drive me around, and all I can remember saying is, "Oh my God, my dad's going to kill me. My dad's going to kill me. I'm going to lose my job." And I had just maybe a year and a half into working for the radio station, KCHE. And I remember, "Oh, John O'Connor, he's gonna fire me for this. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. I'm going to lose my job." And pretty soon I remember looking at the driver, and it was a male. And I can't remember, I'm looking at him, and I said, and all of a sudden I hear the girl go, "You're not going to lose your job. Everything's going to be okay. And you're not going to be in trouble." And the guy goes, "All that matters, we're getting your help." I go, "Well, I need to know your guys' names, so, because I want to." "Nope. You don't need to know nothing." Pretty much. All that matters, we're getting help. So, make a long story short, they took me to the Super America right by the lake in Storm Lake. And the girl gets out of the vehicle and she says, "Put your arm around my neck." I said, "You ain't going to carry me." She says, "Do what I..." Okay. She picked me up out of the vehicle like I weighed 10 pounds. And she literally pretty much carried me into Super America, laid me on the chair, on the bench, and she looked at the guy working, the gas station attendant, and he knew me. He goes, "Oh no, Billy." And she goes, "Call 911 right away." And she walks over to the pop thing, and she goes, "Here, you need a pop." And it happened to be a Diet Dr. Pepper, my favorite pop. Oh, how does she know? Before she walked out, she goes, "Billy," she goes, "you're going to be okay. You'll see." I'm like, "What?" And after that, I remember the cops showing up, like 10 cops. I remember the ambulance showing up, and they put me on into the ambulance, and the cops were saying, "Who did this? Where'd this take place?" And I told them. Make a long story short, and they took me to Storm Lake Hospital. And make a long story short, my left ankle, that's why I got a bad ankle. I always tell you my ankle hurts, that's why. So I was pummeled May 6, 1996 by something, I don't know what happened. And I know this person and I wish he would tell me the truth about what happened that night, so I know how I broke my ankle. And I hope someday he watches this. I don't want to use his real name because, like I said, I'm to blame too. I want to know what happened that night, okay? I want to know how I broke my ankle. That's all I want to know. I want to know how I broke my ankle. How did my ankle get shattered? That's all. And Larry knows. That's not his real name, but I'm not going to use his real name. I'm not going to call him out. I'm not going to throw him under a bus. All I want to know is how I broke my ankle like that. And I know this guy, and like I said, I still consider him a friend. Maybe he doesn't consider me a friend, but that's all. That's all I want to know is how I broke my ankle, and I think he knows. I just wish someday he would approach me and talk to me about what happened that night, because he was standing right next to me when it happened. That's it. That's all I want to know is how I broke my ankle. And I know he knows. That's the night that changed my life forever. They took me to Spencer Hospital at 3 in the morning. Ended up getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They woke me up and they took me to surgery. I was out of surgery by 11 o'clock. And I was in a cast for 2 months. Had a shattered broken ankle. To this day, I've got a plate and 4 pins in my ankle. So when you see me on Facebook talking about my ankle hurting, that's why. I got pummeled May 6, 1996 at a bar where I shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have been there. And it changed my life forever. I'm not a bar person. I like going to bars, but I don't like, getting out of hand. I like having a few beers, but that's the night that changed my life forever. And I thank God, and I thank Jesus, and I thank the angels for saving me that night, sparing my life, because I did not want to die in a parking lot with a bullet going through my head. And God spared my life that night. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Father. Thank you, the angels who saved me that night, came to my rescue. But a message to you, Larry, you were there, you were right next to me when you told me that I should probably leave, and you know who I'm talking about. If you ever watch this, all I want to know is how I broke my ankle. That's all I want to know. It's about 20 years now since this happened, and all I want to know is what happened that night. Okay? And I'm not pointing no fingers. I just need to know what happened to my ankle. That's it. That's it. And it could have been my own fault. Maybe I fell down because I was so drunk and I landed on it and broke it. I don't know. That's all I want to know. I ran into this guy a couple times. I even said hi to him. I even talked to him at the race about 3-4 years ago. I ran into him. I went to high school with him. Did I ever expect this to happen? No. No. And I know his mom really, really well, and she's an awesome person. She's a sweetheart. But I just want to know what happened that night. That's all. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching. If you're watching this on Facebook, that's the night that changed my life forever. Okay? My life is an open book, and I'm glad you're watching. So, if you have any answers for me, get a hold of me. Alright? All I want to know is what happened that night, how I broke my ankle. That's all. Anyway, subscribe to my channel, like my video, or dislike it if you want. But I love all you guys, and I thank you for watching. God loves you. Jesus loves you so much. And I love you guys. Alright? Thanks for watching, and like I said, take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.